Good morning, everybody. Hello from Clackamas, Oregon. I am sitting here at a door waiting to be unloaded. I've got 42,000 pounds of bananas sitting behind me. Anyways, I got asked on one of my videos if it's a good time to become a truck driver right now in this day and age. For that, I have to answer yes, no, maybe. It depends on you and what you want to do. I will tell you it's a good profession. I've done it for a while. I make good money doing it. But it's not for everybody. So what I'm going to say in this video is based on my opinions of truck driving, and everybody has a different opinion. Some will be facts and some will be opinions of what I have to say. I will say this though, so there's not very many other jobs out there. Well, let me say this. So to get your CDL, if you go to schooling, my schooling was $5,000, and there's not very many other jobs out there as far as where I work where you can make $60,000 to $80,000 a year and only put in $5,000. This is company driver. If you're an owner operator, it's a little different, but as far as company drivers, some companies will pay you less, sometimes you'll make more, but your initial investment is only $5,000, which is not bad to make that much money. There are companies that will pay for your CDL, such as Swift, Prime, probably CR England, and probably a few others. But those are just the ones I can think of right off of my head. I'm sure there's others. They will actually pay for your schooling and train you there. However, as far as I understand, you have to sign a contract with them. I don't know how long it is. Probably somewhere around a year, maybe less, maybe 6 months to a year. But from what I understand is when you're first starting out, the pay is horrible. So that's just something to keep in mind. Whereas most companies, well, I don't know, most companies, but if you have your CDL and you get some training and stuff, you'll probably get a little bit better pay. So, as I was saying, Swift and JB Hunt and CR England and all those, most of those guys are over the road, OTR, and are paid by the mile. So basically, you make whatever per mile, let's say 45 cents a mile, and you drive however many miles, and you get paid that. Some companies have detention pay, so if you're stuck at a dock or whatever over a certain amount of time, say 2 hours, you get paid hourly for having to be stuck there. I think most companies probably actually do that. Again, like, I have never done OTR, so I cannot speak from experience. I'm just going on from what I have heard. I am a local driver myself, and I love it. I've done local and short haul. I've never done long haul. And it's, in my opinion, it is way better than over the road. That's just from some people like over the road. Some people like doing 48 states or 11 states, or, regional. Regional is still over the road, but you're just within a region, saying, the South, Midwest, whatever, so you're closer to home. A local, however, local, basically you're just running in town, and short haul is basically just running from state, your next state over and back. However, sometimes with short haul, you do have to stay overnight at a truck stop or sleep in your truck. So that is a possibility. So with that being said, as far as if you have a family, it can be hard being a truck driver if you have a family, unless you're a local driver, because then you're home every night. Although there are companies that if your wife or husband want to ride with you and you don't have any kids and you have a double bunk, then if they're on board with it, then hey, you got company too, because it can get lonely out there on the road. So if your wife or husband's good for it, heck, you can have them ride right next to you, and you have some companionship, which is always good. But if you have a family, say kids, and you do OTR, some companies, you might be out a week and then you're home 2 days, which is awesome. If you can find a company that does that, that's great. But most OTR, from what I've heard and what I understand, you're out 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, and you're home for 2 days. So if you have a family, that can be kind of hard. That can be very hard on a family. If you get a local job, such as what I have, I'm home every night. So local jobs are, that's a pretty good thing to have a local job. Short haul, I did short haul for a while, and I was home almost every night, except during the winter. I had to sleep in my truck a few times during the winter because the pass was closed or something like that, or if it was a longer distance away, I would have to sleep in my truck. But for the most part, I was home every night. So if you can find a local or a short haul job and you have a family, that is the way to go. But if you want to be out on the road, and see the country, go for OTR. It just kind of depends on what is you and what you feel like doing in your specific situation. And as I said before, truck driving can get lonely, especially if you're OTR and you don't have anybody to talk to. But a lot of companies will let you bring your significant other with you. You just have to pay a little extra, whatever their fee is, and then you got company or a dog. So there's options for OTR. And a lot of companies, like I said, will let you do regional, which keeps you closer to home. Or you can do the 48. And some companies even go into Canada and Mexico. So it just depends on what company you get with. So I will say this though, if you do local, actually I guess this is for OTR too, or short haul, but traffic. Anytime you do a big city, traffic is horrible. I can't speak for other big cities, but here in Seattle, in Portland, which is where I run mostly, traffic is horrible during the week. And you better like traffic. That's all I can say. Unless you run at night, you better like traffic. I hate traffic, but I deal with it. So it is what it is. It's one of those things where you're gonna hit traffic. You just gotta deal with it. But there's many options in truck driving. You got dry van. You can do reefer, flatbed, tanker. There's intermodal, a whole long list of things you can do. It just depends on what you want to do. So that's all I can think about right now as far as driving a truck, goods and bads. Yeah, that's all I can think of. So hopefully this kind of helped anybody that was thinking about becoming a truck driver and is on the edge, whether they actually want to or don't want to. It's, like I said, it's a good career. It's just not for everybody. So hopefully this helped you guys out.